Hello, everyone. This is Travis Gafford here with Pr0lly after his defeat against Cloud9 in the final week of the LCS Summer Split. How's it going, Pr0lly?
This is the greatest day of my life. I've dreamt about this day and it finally came true. So, we'll just see where it goes from here.
You still have, I believe, a chance at the playoffs, right?
Yeah, playoffs. We're one game back from Curse. I think maybe one game ahead of EG. So as long as we win one more or stay even with Curse, catch up a bit, we have our shot.
If you're one game behind them, I don't know if staying even with just continuing to.
I meant stay even with EG and stay ahead of Curse. Because right now we own the Curse tiebreaker. So if we match up their wins, I think. No, I don't think. We will be in playoffs. There we go.
So anyway, you've got this situation with Curse, and if it becomes like a tie, how does that work out?
Well, we're right now 3-1 against Curse. So if we have the same wins, we should own the tiebreaker. And
That is how that works, yeah.
then why did you ask me?
Because I didn't know you were 3-1 against Curse. I only pay attention to like the top teams. So you play CLG tomorrow, and that's going to be like a really intense match because they've got new people on their team. This whole new like strange roster that's been put together. How excited are you for that?
I'm not excited. I'm actually super terrified.
Because if you there's no way you can win. Yeah.
Yeah, if we win, it's like, okay, well, there are 5 subs. And if we lose, it's like, holy shit, complexity sucks. Yeah. So there's no winning tomorrow. Tomorrow, the game will end, and I will be sad, no matter what.
Do you have any idea how, do you have any way of preparing for these guys?
We have, really small ways of preparing. Like, every other LCS team, you have a good way to prepare by looking at what they've done and, what the team is. This is literally, look at solo queue and hope that gives us a hint. Yeah. But they could, mind game us and play their least played champion. And then we'd be screwed, in terms of preparing, at least.
What do you think of CLG's decision to go to Korea?
I mean, I understand it because at this point their goal is to, be as prepared for Worlds. So I think that's a good decision on their part. But in terms of the LCS, I feel like it kind of makes a joke of it a bit because it's like, yeah, you don't give a shit about the rest of these games. So every other team could be doing the same thing. What if every top team didn't play this week? Because that could easily happen. So saying CLG can do it, every other team would be allowed to do this, and then it would be like, well, the bottom 3 or 4 teams will have a good week, I guess. So I think it's good for them to, prepare, but I feel like there needs to be something that LCS does to allow this. So this kind of cheesy take 5 people out doesn't happen again because that's I don't know.
By the same token, do you dislike Alliance's decision to play the sort of trolley game that we saw in the EULCS? Because that's also not very serious, right?
Yeah, I mean that's another thing. They just have to reformat LCS a bit to where games actually matter. Because Alliance is troll picking and stuff. They're trying their hardest, but not their hardest kind of thing. So it's nothing against them. I mean, it's just it doesn't matter when something doesn't matter. You're not going to be able to put forth the same effort as a match that will change your standings or the rest of your career. So I feel like that's just a flaw in the LCS format right now that should try to be remedied by next season.
Did you get a chance to see? Is it Cubs? I feel like it's Coobs. Is it Coobs?
It's Coobs, but on the first day he was like, "Hey, you pronounce it Coobs, but Cubs just really pisses me off." So my name's Coobs. So no one calls him that now. Everyone calls him Cubs. So it was his fault. Why would you tell us what makes you mad? How are we going to not go for that?
Yeah, why would you want to tell your friends that something they do could bother you? Because as a friend, obviously they're going to just piss you off because that's what friends are for. Now, did you happen to see Cubs' interview on stage at all?
I mean, I turned and looked at it, but that's as most as I did.
So did you see the Cubs interview?
I was setting up all my stuff, so I wasn't really paying attention. I did hear that they talked about the like give him compliments or like bring him down thing.
What he said specifically was you have to decide every pro player needs either a bowl of whipped cream or a bowl of poop. Is that something he said before?
Yeah, he said that like the first week we started, working with him, but that doesn't necessarily apply that much to our team. Like, his way of motivating isn't really like strictly on that. Like, that's a very like overall thing. Because I'm pretty sure he never gives me compliments or brings me down. Because either way, it's not gonna go good. Like, if he gives me compliments, I'm gonna be like, yeah, I'm the best. And if he talks shit, I'm gonna be like, no, you suck. So there's really no winning.
So you just get an empty bowl.
Yeah, I'll take an empty bowl over whipped cream or poop.
Well, anyway, do you have any shout-outs, plugs, anything you'd like to say to any of the fans out there?
Oh yeah, shout out to my sponsors: Sound Blaster, Creative, Newegg, Twitch, Scuff Gaming, Ponetware, DX Racer, Cyberpower PC. Did I do it?
I think so.
I don't have my cheat sheet. So, thanks a lot to them and Complexity Live. You guys are awesome. They're supporting and tweeting and being fun. And then my fans have stepped up a lot. You don't know this, but they're doing really good smiles. I'm getting pretty impressed. So I'm happy that the fans are giving back with silly faces.
Well, anyway, thank you so much, everyone, for watching the interview. You could check out more esports coverage at ongamers.com.
And Corsair, I love you guys as my sponsor. Thank you.
We can just, I guess, edit.
I'm so sorry. My bags are like right
Sure.
behind you.
Don't worry, this isn't important.
Yeah.
I know it's important.
No, it
This
really
isn't yours, is it?
No.
I think this is our team's. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, can we swap spots? So you'll cut there and they'll come back and we'll be.
Yeah. Because I didn't know you were 3-1 against Curse. I only pay attention to like the top teams.
Oh yeah.
All right, somebody else just burst in the room, so I think that means we have to switch again. Yeah. Did you happen to see Cubs' interview on stage at all?
No, I mean, I turned and looked at it, but that's as most as I did.
People keep interrupting us. What?